Hopefully they can. It looks like it's streaming. I do need to pull a. Oh, there's no audio? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just do that really quick. Hold on. Piece of cake. Hold on. Sure Digital and Black Hole. Okay, we should have talk.
Talk.
Okay, they should have audio now. Does everybody hear their audio too?
Words, yes. Hello.
Sound check 1 2 1 2.
It's a much different sound check than I'm used to.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Tad bit different.
I know, right? Well, cool. We can do it now.
Yeah, now we're live. I'm going to mess with some things just to get my screens back on, which are going to mess up the stream for a second while I pull them off of there. There we go. We should be back now.
It's all good. Yo, Spud, when did we meet? I was trying to think. Did we meet in Australia?
I don't remember. I definitely remember that Pierce the Veil tour.
Yeah.
But
do you remember when you stayed in Perth?
Oh, yeah. I guess that was 2014. That would have been before Pierce the Veil.
Yeah, I think I met you there with, it was like me and Vogel were with a band, with our last night dudes, and we found you in a watering hole randomly. Right? What was that place? It was like a hole, a watering hole. People, I don't remember. What was it?
Yeah, it was a swimming hole, but I couldn't for the life of me tell you where it was.
Outside of Perth.
That's pretty much the extent of it, yeah.
There was deer. I remember that.
And kangaroos.
Oh, that's maybe what it was. I just remembered it as deer because, you see them in the nature usually here.
Here, not there.
I know, I messed it up. It was a mistake. I had whatever. What was I going to say is that, yeah, and like the difference is I think you were there on purpose and I was kind of there on accident, but it was cool. And I mean, you guys check, what?
Oh, I was going to say I was there on purpose because I was flying to Thailand the next day.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, so Spud is a nature photographer. Well, not nature, a photographer of traveling, I guess is a better way to say it, of places that he goes, But we met through tour, but you don't shoot much music stuff. Do you ever shoot the music that you're on tour with, or do you know what I mean? What's up?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. If it talks, I don't want a picture of it.
Well, that's not necessarily true. Like, a friend of mine once, many years ago, said, "How many photos can you have of a guy with a guitar in his hand?" And I don't mean to discredit anyone that shoots music, but for me, I find it mostly boring.
Hey, that's fair.
Also, I see it every day from a little bit of a different perspective.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same. It's the same thing as like if somebody were to photograph. Like it's like when I go to another city and I think everything looks so cool, and then when people come to my city and they think stuff looks cool, and I'm like, "What are you talking about? This is here." You know what I mean? You're just so used to it. It's not like, I don't know. When I first moved here from Wisconsin, the sun looked crazy, and now I went back to Wisconsin and the trees blew my mind. I don't know if you have experiences like that, but it's probably easier to photograph. Or do you still love photographing nature in Portland though?
Yes and no, but it like all of the places that I used to really love have lost their what's the word I'm looking for? Mystique, so to speak.
Pizzazz.
What are they? Their draw.
Yeah.
Why are they not so secretive anymore? Is that why?
No, it's just one of those things where you see something enough and it's, I don't know, you kind of once you see a place in all 4 seasons, I feel like it's kind of lost its pizzazz, as you said.
Or in California, 1 season.
That's not necessarily true. You have fire season now.
It's like we have fire season and not fire season.
Yeah.
That is fair. Yeah, but regardless, when did you start shooting? Like, okay, wait. When did you start touring as a job? How long?
Touring in 2003.
Okay, and then when did you start shooting? And was it because you're on tour, or was it separately from that?
It was like, I mean, when I was a kid, I had a camera all the time, but I didn't do anything with it. You know what I mean? Like, there are pictures of just like us at parties in high school and this and that and blah blah blah. But like, I think when it was like 2007, I think I bought like my first the SLR or some shit, and
You
it
started on
was,
digital.
yeah, I mean, no,
No.
because high
Oh,
school,
before that. Yeah.
remember, I'm older than you, but not as old as Steve.
It's just like a
Although
greater
it's
than
true.
sign,
It's
greater
very,
than
very
Adam,
true.
less than Steve, just like this.
Yeah.
Us on either side.
Um,
Shots fired. Connor said shots fired.
like I'm straight up talking. Like I remember having a Kodak Advantex camera in high school, like shit like that, and then I just never cared. But those were 100% like, you know, for fun. Like I'm sure that somewhere I have pictures of some concert I went to in high school and this and that. But yeah, when I like started leaving the country, I bought what was it? Fucking some sort of Nikon,
Mm.
and yeah, I stopped for a little while, and then I bought a Canon in like 2012 or 13, and I've had a camera ever since.
You're still a Canon shooter?
Yeah, yes and no.
That's both answers.
Yes and no.
What's that?
I like it.
Sony. Leica.
Oh, you got a Leica?
Yeah,
I like it.
Nice.
I like it a lot.
I use it all the time.
That's probably perfect for
Okay.
what you shoot too. It's
I have
small,
a question.
compact.
What do you like about the
Gussie.
Leica better than the others?
Everything he just said. It's small and compact. I can travel with it. The only thing that bums me out is it's a
Everybody wants to steal it.
fixed 28 millimeter lens,
Right.
and like sometimes I wish I had a bigger lens, but you know that's why I most of the time keep my Canon in my backpack. So
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, is most of your stuff on your website shot with your Canon, or how much of it is shot with your Leica?
so what did I say? What did I say earlier? The website hasn't really been updated in like 2 years.
And you got the Leica recently.
The Leica was from the end of 2017.
Okay, yeah, so just barely enough time there to capture some images, if at all.
So like 95% of the stuff on my website is.
Okay, that's fair. Hashtag sponsored. Yeah, I like. What Canon do you have?
5D Mark IV.
Woo, good stuff. That's currently what Steve is using for his webcam.
Yeah. 5D Mark IV with a 24-70.
That's why it looks good.
What'd you say?
That's why it looks good.
I know, isn't his?
It's not the subject, yeah.
The.
Heaven Knows wants to know, have you ever shot a concert in analog?
Well, that's
Ever shot a concert?
Yeah, never shot a concert. I don't do music.
Even though you're around it, you've never pulled out a camera?
I mean, like, there are some photos from like backstage stuff, but not live. Never. And it, like the last time that I took my camera out at a concert was 2014 or 15.
Wow.
In a truck. Like I said, none of that shit. First of all the bands I tour with have photographers. Second of all, I don't care about in that respect. Like, and it's such a weird.
I mean, you're working too. You're working so much all day. Also, like, if the artist were to see you running around with the camera, it's like, wait, shouldn't you be? What if it sounds bad? And they're like, well, you shouldn't have been taking photos or something, you know?
Exactly, and that's another thing. Like, I have a career there that's different than taking photos.
And they happen simultaneously. You can't, or they're in order to do them, you'd have to do it at the same time.
Yeah. And it's like, I know people who do my job and guitar tech for smaller bands, or my job and like drum tech for other bands. Like, you can do things like that. You can't do monitors and take photos at the same time.
And you're talking about teching with the artist they're on tour with and a smaller band that's also on the same tour?
No, I'm talking about
separately.
The drummer that they're doing monitors for.
Okay. Gotcha. I see what you're saying.
But those are smaller band kind of things.
Yes, I see what you're saying. Well, how's your time off been?
Miserable.
Yeah? You look good. I love your beard.
Thank you.
Beard looks nice.
Beard looks really good.
Well, what's crazy about it is I was supposed to shave this week for the last time until April.
Ever?
So, no, usually I usually
For the last time, stop.
grow my beard from September to April,
Oh, okay.
just because that's been a thing for the last like 5 or 6 years.
That's cool. You have a yearly beard.
A yearly beard.
I mean, like every year you have a time where you grow it yearly. Like it's like I don't know. It's like Halloween. It's once a year. You have
Like a
you have
lot of
beard
people
growth
grow it for the
season.
winter.
Is that what people do?
Yeah.
Adam,
How does
you grew up in the Midwest. Didn't you grow a beard for the winter?
I didn't even
Adam
grow,
with a beard?
I didn't even grow a beard for my adulthood yet. It would take
I was
me.
going to say, can Adam grow a beard?
I tried growing one at the beginning of quarantine when I was like, all right, I don't have to do. I did like a few streams with it, and I looked in the mirror and liked myself less. So I decided not to do it. I was like, well, this is not good.
What did other?
See, I started about 3 days ago. I went 3 days without shaving and realized, oh, shit, it's all white. So I shaved it off.
I'm having that problem these days.
Yeah, but
Silver.
when it's full in like that, I think it actually looks classy when it's full in like that. But when it's just, 3 days old, you just look like you haven't been home for a while.
I haven't been home for a while. Oh, so then you look like my head, is what you're saying.
Well, yeah, that's why I shave. That's definitely it.
I know our video was choppy before, but I just want to let everybody know that if you decide to sub, or it's September, everything's cheaper. If you decide to sub, we're going to use all the money towards buying Connor a bald cap so he can join us on stream. Because after today, it's like, I think we had like all bald people last week too. Or no,
Yeah, we did. It was all bald people.
No, because it was that other guy. It was the last time. It was the time before, right?
Oh, yeah, maybe so.
Yeah. But yeah. What do you think?
I will say it's interesting to me that doing what you do. I mean, you're mixing sounds, so like Adam said, you're always working. I'm guessing you're staying at. Are you at front of house?
No, I'm in monitors. So I'm
You're at
He's on stage.
Okay,
Kind of.
so you're off in the wings. I can see you're not going to run around and be shooting while you're doing that, but when you've got other bands opening, you're not even interested in trying to shoot that.
Catering.
Catering, yeah, shoots the food.
I will shoot catering.
No, I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
I'm just thinking of his schedule. I'm like, opening band's playing. He's probably eating dinner.
I'm fascinated because looking at your
Wait,
portfolio,
what do you
I
think?
kind of would like to see how you interpret, not even the post and everything. It's just, you've got a really interesting compositional eye. I'd really be interested to see how you would shoot music.
I would have to. I don't even know how I would like. I would have
But
to.
do you know what I mean? I'm talking what you would frame would be fascinating to me.
Yeah, I feel like it would have to be for me though. It would have to be one of these tours where kind of things are the same every day, so I have like an idea of what's going on, and then kind of plan my my life around it like the second week.
Well, so are your landscape shots? Are those I've got your portfolio up right now.
You can
Most
throw
your
it on
landscape
you can throw it on
shots.
screen if you want, Steve.
Say again?
Can you throw it on screen if you want? You can.
Yeah, his portfolio is up right now, except the text I have on
Oh.
is coming through. So I'm going to.
Oh yeah, you're sharing it. I'm like I don't see
Let
it.
me
Like,
turn
oh
the
yeah.
text off. There we go.
Apparently, I need in Vegas.
So, looking at this type of a stuff, are these shots? Do you mostly like
It's a
really
residency
plan them out
effect.
and tripod and think about it, or do you just go out with a camera and go, "Oh, hey, look at that"?
I usually kind of just go out and go, hey, look at that. Some days I'll spend 6 hours in a place. Like there's a handful of shots on there that are from that mosque in Abu Dhabi
Mm,
that I spent all afternoon there
just shooting.
just shooting, like watching people and just kind of hanging out.
Well, now that we know what you didn't like, what do you like the most about? Like, what makes it so you can shoot that for 6 hours? Tell us what that feels like.
I think a lot of it is the people watching.
Ooh, yeah.
I've always been a kind of the type of person who likes to watch, I guess, for lack of a better term. Like, it's fun to see people from somewhere you're not from.
Mhm.
Like,
You learn a lot, huh?
how they go about their lives in certain places.
Yeah.
Where's
There's-
the?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, where has been the best people watching? I guess you'd have to first define what makes something the best to people watch. But what's your version of that?
one of my favorite, well, like what I was just about to say, one of my favorite places that people watch, and there's a photo of it on there was Bayonne Temple in Angkor Wat in Cambodia.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can find it right here.
It's like the photo's like just blurry enough that it's like, oh shit, this wasn't in focus, but there's like, I don't know, there's something about it that I really enjoyed.
Is it the one that's on the stream right now?
I don't even know what that
Yeah, mine's not even showing up. He doesn't
I
have it. Yeah.
stream anywhere. I have a Zoom call in the chat.
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
all good. I can show it to
somebody
you.
said
Look,
this is
Spud.
Japan.
No, that's Japan.
That's not-
It's like, so it's basically like a little Buddhist monk in orange walking through the doorway.
Oh, I can find that.
I like that Steve tried to pull it up and he's like, "That's Japan."
I know.
Love it.
It's like, Steve, come on, dude.
Hold on, wait. So was there a link? Let me try and find this on my phone so I can at least see what you're doing.
I mean, it's twitch.tv/Elmachias. It's just hard, and it might be demanding for your internet. If you get rid of that chat thing, it'll pull up this stream. Just have to make sure to mute it. But I bet you Connor will find it. Connor says you passed it, Steve.
Oh, I did? I'll find it.
Connor has it in chat. Connor's a little guru. Yeah, Connor, let's see it. Oh, we can look at your portfolio while he's doing this, so it's all good. Anyway, Connor's going to give it to you, Steve, so you'll be able to see
All
it
right,
then.
cool.
You got some people in there. What do you think you're going to update the portfolio soon, or are you just kind of all on Instagram now?
Your work is just awesome.
I don't even really do Instagram that much anymore.
Yeah, fair.
Like I update my story all the time, but like I don't really know. You know, it's like there's so much other stuff going on that's not going on.
Oh, this one. Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
That one. That kind of is like a Steve McCurry ripoff, but you know, everybody's got to have a hero, right?
Yeah, hero, inspiration, whatever. It's not rip off. I feel like is a negative way to really say like this person inspired you, and that's fine.
But that place, like especially early in the morning.
Wow.
Everyone goes to the actual Angkor Wat temple for sunrise.
Right.
Normally there's nobody else around except for like the people who live there and like pray there. So it's really interesting to watch and see the people, and that was probably one of my favorite places.
What a cool feeling. How long were you there for? You said that wasn't 6 hours. That was different, right?
No, that was a different, like, so that place I've spent 3 days there, 3 different times.
That's awesome. So you kept going back. This is on different trips.
And it's changed so much in the last like whatever 9 years since the first time I went. But it's anytime I go to Southeast Asia, I almost always go there, which isn't necessarily close, but is kind of close, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's great. I mean, relative to how far you travel, everything's pretty close. If you're, within one flight distance, you're like, all right, I can hop over.
Yeah.
You're just so used to it.
That's 100% something like you said. I'm so used to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I finally understood that to a level that I never understood that before. I did with flying, but I finally drove around the U.S. recently, and now every drive seems so easy and so short.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Because when I toured, I toured like you. I sleep on a bus while we're driving, and it's different than driving everywhere. I'm sure you've done it because you like to photograph stuff. Have you driven around the U.S.?
I just so funny thing about me is I got my license when I turned 34.
Okay, which in the U.S. is not normal. Might be normal in other countries, but not in the U.S.
Absolutely. And then so when quarantine started, me and the missus, we bought our first vehicle together.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
We converted it into a little sleeper van, and we sleep in the van, and we...
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's just
congratulations.
It's a little 98 Toyota Sienna minivan.
Ooh.
it's great, man. It's taken us, like, I've drove to Minnesota twice since we got it. We did like a 3.5 week road trip. We did like Yellowstone, the Badlands, Minnesota, Missouri, through Colorado, through Utah.
That's awesome.
I mean, we've put almost 20,000 miles on it since the end of May.
That's almost 21,000 miles. No, that's great, dude. Wow, I actually got a joke where people laugh. That's cool. I'm done for the night. You guys want to sign off?
Okay, I'm good.
All right, cool. Yeah, that's great. Well, congratulations. I feel like that's like I don't know. I assume, I never actually really thought about it in depth, but I assume there is a like buying your first vehicle with a significant other. That's like kind of a milestone. That's pretty cool. And I don't know if you own them separately or not at all. I couldn't gather that from what you said, but that's pretty cool.
I've never had a car ever.
Hell yeah.
She hasn't had a car since she moved to Oregon. So like we have this van now that's just awesome. But like I never really cared to travel the US that much. But since it's kind of the where we're at with COVID,
Can't go anywhere else. They don't want us.
We can go a couple.
Yeah.
There's like 12, I think, but not a lot.
Are they places that they don't need to ban us because they know we won't come anyway? Or something?
Well,
is it like, I don't know.
We can go to Mexico and we can go to Croatia and Turkey and Tunisia.
I love Croatia.
Caribbean.
But I wonder if you go to those places, like how people will treat people from America right now there. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, is it, will we get, like, already
That's a
when we
good
go
question
places, I know
because
that people give us a hard time.
they have a view of us. There's no question.
So a friend of mine is currently in Turkey,
Mm-hmm.
and she's having a great time. She says everybody is super nice.
That's great. Eva and Chad is in Turkey.
Oh,
There we go.
what part of Turkey? That's what I want to know. I've only been to Istanbul, and it was semi-brief, but it was great. Like so much so that it I felt
he
like
was in Istanbul.
Okay. Yeah, I was in Istanbul. I've been to Istanbul twice. Once on tour, which feels like the forever ago, and then once on my own for like 3 or 4 days, and it was. I tell everybody that's probably one of my favorite places.
And that was going to be my question of, you've been looking at, I've been flipping through your pictures if you don't have the stream up, but
yeah, I've
been flipping through your portfolio. And
Thanks for doing that, Steve. That's cool.
of
I like
all
that.
the places that you've been, is there a place that surprised you most? You know, sometimes you go places and you go, oh, this is not what I expected, good or bad. But what's the place that you went, wow, this is awesome and didn't expect it?
India, I thought was going to be easier than it was. That was hard.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Where'd you go in India? Was like tour or no?
No, that was on my own.
Okay.
I spent like 5 weeks traveling across the northern-ish part. Like,
Okay.
I started
Awesome.
in Calcutta and ended in Delhi, but like went out as far west as like the Pakistan border almost. Yeah, I assumed it was going to be easier, but it was a lot harder than I expected. A place that I really, really, really loved that I had really no expectations for was Mongolia.
Oh, see, that would be awesome. I'd and by the way, I have your page up right now that is, what's the title of it? Where I've Been.
Yeah, there's a lot of,
which is brilliant the way you did this. I love this. I would immediately think Mongolia is going to be
Is this
awesome.
a plug-in or did you make this?
that thing.
Yeah.
That's legit just lots of typing.
That's cool.
Wow.
It looks great.
The picture itself is a website that I just screenshot. You know, you've seen those things floating around Facebook probably, where it's like, fill this out that you've been to all these countries.
Mm-hmm.
So the bold is where you've been and the not bold is where you have not?
Exactly.
Connor says, don't be slacking on Africa. Come on, man.
Bro, I've been to 2 countries in Africa, the top and the bottom, and I need to change that big time.
You need to connect them.
So so one of my favorite books.
Yeah, Morocco and South Africa, and that's it.
One of my favorite books is called The Dark Star Safari, and the guy travels overland from Egypt to Cape Town. And it sounds like the most incredible thing in the world, and I want to do it so bad.
Do it. Take pictures for us.
Okay. You loan me $1,000 and I'll go right now. Because
you only need $1,000 to go?
Absolutely not. I'm just trying to get your money.
Okay.
We can go to Egypt right now, but we can't go, I don't think, many other places in Africa. But you're right, I'm slacking on Africa.
I'm Moroccan.
You just have a really great eye, dude.
Oh my god. Yeah. I'm like watching the stream too. Because I'm reading the chat. What up, Michelle? Yo, Steve, you want to do let's talk about the photograph from this week.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. Steve, you did a really good job making a botched layout. Like, it looks really good.
It was quick.
Hey, as long as we
got it. I've been editing it as we go, trying to go, okay, let's make Adam look good.
Nah, it's all good. There's only so much you can do.
Let me pull up this shot in Photo Mechanic. Hold on.
Right now, all the people in chat are orange, yellow, or red.
Michelle's here.
And it looks awesome. Orange, yellow, or red. It looks all these warm colors.
Oh. Hold on.
What?
I messed up.
So where's the shot? The shot from today is in, how do you say the place it's from?
Kolchak Lake.
Kolchak.
It's near Leavenworth, Washington, in the Enchantments, which is like part of the Cascades. Hi, sir, behind Adam.
There we go.
My roommate. He's been ambushed. He didn't know I was doing this. So I had to move out here. My internet was going poorly in my room. Oh, that's fine.
Let me add this, and we will call it Photo Mechanic. Boom.
Got it. We got it. But this, what was I going to say? We had a few different. It was so hard to decide on a shot. Connor and I were like going back and forth because we asked for options, and you sent us some. We're like, oh crap.
Well, so here's the thing, right? And I noticed, like, after he said which one, I actually sent like 12 options.
Oh, really?
I think I attached 12, but fucking my email, and this is where that ancient fucking AOL thing bites me in the ass.
Yeah, why do you have an AOL email?
You have an AOL email?
Bill, yes.
Why? You have a lot of CDs saved up?
CDs? Yes.
You remember to get the CDs to free minutes?
I still get them in the mail.
No, you do not.
No, I do not. Look at Steve's face.
What'd you say?
I'm editing.
He's also baffled, I think, that I have an AOL.
No, I'm trying to make it look better on screen.
The AOL does not exist.
It does exist, and I still use it.
AOL does still exist, and it's a spam nightmare.
I don't have that problem with it.
Yeah. Oh.
Spam is great whenever you're feeling lonely. It's like everybody's like, "Hey, here's this."
Yeah, that's true. Everybody knows you.
Everybody wants to talk to you.
They're spam.
Yeah.
Or if you're just trying to make a sandwich.
Most people don't know AOL was originally a Mac-only platform.
Really?
But basically, that's what Facebook is now. Is what AOL used to be. So I got this shot up and ready, and I apologize to everybody watching me slide things around and edit the screen, but it's fun either way.
It's better than nothing. Yeah. Basically, long story short, my stream went to crap at my place. We're blaming the heat, but Steve came in with a recovery. So let's go.
So many questions on this particular image.
Steve does a podcast called Behind the Shots, but if you ever have a chance to check it out, where he goes in deep behind people's photos with his nice voice and questions, and he's kind of do a mini version on you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, normally I go 45 minutes to an hour. We're going to do 5-10 minutes here because I mentioned before, and actually I'm going to bring up your portfolio really quick before we talk about this shot, because there's a couple things I want to point out that I find very, very fascinating. So let me just switch this over really quick, and we're going to go. Let's go to your photography.
What'd you say, Spud?
Fascinating is a fun word.
Yeah. Well, again, I mentioned earlier, I think you've got a really interesting compositional eye. And there's a couple of pictures I want to talk about. So this one right here, which is the one you said was in Minnesota, the boat.
Yep.
Your use here of color is what jumps out to me, right? We all know that sunset or sunrise is going to be warmer. You got the golden hour. But the way you used it as backlight here, you've got a subject with the boat, you've got the land in the back, your choice of everything, that type of thing to me. And then there was one other one I want to bring up, which is this reflection with is that Rainier? Mount Rainier with the reflection?
I think that's Mount Hood. I'm waiting for it to change because it hasn't.
Okay. So same thing here. You've got horizon line in the center, which a lot of people don't like, but in a reflection shot, it's awesome. But you've got that light color again. The gold over the trees fades off into these pinks and other colors with no banding, which is not easy. Normally on those kind of color transitions on a landscape, especially online, you'll see banding. And so my question to you is, when I'm looking at a shot like this, wrong one. When I'm looking at this shot for this week, as you're snapping a shot like this, first of all, you chose to go portrait orientation. Looking at your portfolio, that's not common for you. Why was that?
I blame Instagram for that one.
Ooh, the Instagram blame. I like that.
Okay. Deflect. I get it.
No. Legit. So there was a period. So like if you were to pull up these folders so this was like a week that I did a bunch of hikes with a friend, like you'll see there's a boatload of portrait, like basically photos like shot for Instagram. Because I didn't put my photos anywhere but on Instagram or on this website.
But again, you did the same thing. One of the keys in landscape is foreground, midground, background subject.
Oh, yeah.
And like the ones that I just showed, you have foreground, midground, background. You have water, you have a tree line, you have a mountain in the background. You did the same thing here, right? You didn't zoom in, you went wide, you kept the trees and the dead trees. You got enough angle of the water to show the water, and then you got the mountain, and then you also made sure to include, which is key, people would have cropped this one too tight, and this one, the white space matters, enough of the clouds at the top. So I'm curious, by the way, what was this, the Canon or the Leica?
This is the Canon.
Okay. So Spud walks up to this scene. Where is this, by the way?
Polchuck Lake in Washington.
Okay. You walk up to this scene. Spud looks at mountain. Spud sees clouds. Spud says, I'm going to take a picture. Turns the camera vertical. What is in your head as you're moving that camera up, down, left to right? What are you thinking to capture this angle? Because I can see from these trees, I'm not sure there was another angle. You got the right angle.
Yeah,
I like that. You got the right one.
Hold on. I've got this folder up, and you could bug through some of these, and it's like nothing else worked, right? Like,
but you're saying look through the folder. Did you know it that day that they didn't work?
There was this one is, I've always been or I've tried to always keep something closer in the foreground, and this just was the right foreground with whatever's happening behind it. As dumb as that sounds, it worked.
Doesn't sound dumb at all. In fact, the opposite. Expand on that. What do you mean by the right foreground?
Well, because the dead trees kind of feel right? And then
yeah.
It's like you said, there's a middle and a back. Like it's something that I like. So there's what's his name? Kevin Russ. Is this?
Oh yeah, OG.
Yeah. He's that. Basically, that's where I kind of got that whole real foregroundy style from. Him and my buddy Brian are two people that kind of inspired me in that sense. And more or less, this composition is very everything I think I learned from the both of those two humans.
So they're friends of yours, but you've mentioned photographers a couple of times during this conversation. For you, who are the people that you look at that are landscape photographers? Because clearly what you're doing mainly is location type photography, right? Travel type photography. Who are you looking at that you say, God, more people need to know about this guy or this girl?
So the one I mentioned before, the two I've mentioned so far, Kevin Russ, who is like Adam said, kind of like a old school,
He's like an OG Flickr MySpace portrait photographer who converted to stock and then converted to travel, right?
yeah, and like his travel stuff kills me. Like it's
Yeah, he's a very good eye.
What's the name again?
Kevin Russ, R-U-S.
Kevin Russ.
Wasn't he Model Mayhem too? Didn't he do a lot on there?
Though,
Yeah, I remember him.
like a Portland or was a Portland guy.
Yeah, he was.
Kevin
Years ago.
Russ. R-U-S-S?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is. Kevin Russ Photography.
And then he did the van thing he did that in like 2009, right? Or something.
Yeah.
10.
So I want to compare this to what you're doing here.
He also did jumped trains for a while and like that and like
Oh, he's got some street photography stuff in here too.
yeah, he's got a lot of he's done a lot of things. And like I think now he's working on like board games.
Oh my
Cool.
God, this shot right here is very similar to the one you submitted.
Which one?
You've got the water, the one on the right here. You've got the one on the water. It's on the stream if you're watching the stream.
Oh
Or
yeah.
at least, oh no, did I not put it on the stream? No, it's on the
you
stream.
got it.
You've got the mountain in the background. You've got the water. You've got some trees going. Yeah, very, very similar actually.
And it's like it is, but his edit style is very soft.
This is awesome, I have to say.
You like dig through the stuff.
This horse with a saguaro cactus, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. All right,
This
so
is
let's
really
jump back
good.
to you here. There we go. And I apologize. I didn't have time to set up smooth scene changes and stuff, so it is what it is. But
Thanks for your apology, Steve.
yeah, well, I'm weird.
Nobody
that way.
expected scene changes in less than 2 minutes.
It could be done. It just wouldn't be us. I could hit a button and it would happen. So you're going out here. You're shooting this scene, this particular scene. I want to know about because a lot of people in this are music photographers and they deal with extreme dynamic range. But it's a different kind of dynamic range than when you're shooting white, bright clouds and snow. That for a lot of people end up turning gray because they're using, auto white balance or their exposure is off. And what are you thinking when you're capturing a scene like this that's got the dynamic range this does? Because I'm guessing those shadows also were a little deeper than I'm probably seeing on my screen. What are you thinking exposure-wise when you walk up to a scene like this?
Typically I expose a little bit of the clouds a little whiter than they should be. Not like, but I don't know, it's a weird thing because I end up exposing under for the clouds, but not so they look gray like you said.
Just so they have
So you
some
try and
data.
get it as close to the right of a histogram as you can without. I mean, do you usually blow stuff out with this thought that you can recover it, or you try and make sure nothing is clipped?
No, like sometimes I'll blow shit out. And it genuinely depends. You like
And
that?
we have a show title. Sometimes I'll blow shit out.
You know, it is what it is.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah. It really just kind of depends on the mood. A lot of the times doing hikes like this. So like this is at the end of a 4.5 mile hike with almost 3,000 feet of elevation change. So it's not like
Wow.
So it's not like pulling up to a car or like pulling up to it in your car. So I was exhausted.
What are you carrying with you?
On this, a Camelback full of water and a 2435 Sigma
16 to 35?
Yeah, I love that lens.
Adam knows what I'm talking about.
That's a good lens.
16 to 35 Mark III is the most amazing lens.
No, it's a Sigma art lens.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's isn't it like a 2.0 or like a 1? It's something really wide, right?
It's a 2.0.
Yeah. It's a cool zoom. 24 to 35.
And then a 70 to 200 Canon. So like, there's not a lot in my bag, but it's still like, I mean, I'm not an in shape kind of guy, so that's the hike.
I'm looking at your exposure on this. You did ISO 500. Shutter's 1/800th, which means this was pretty darn bright. Your aperture was 5.6. So, are you one of those people who, you walk up to a scene and you go, okay, let me start with my aperture because I know I want this kind of depth of field? Or are you the type that normally goes straight to, I want my ISO down as low as I can? Or are you the type that says, I'm just going to go shutter speed to knock some of this light out? Is there a starting point for how you think?
I usually, like, there is. I usually do the f-stop around 5.6, like what I can, and then work from there. It kind of adds for me, it adds the depth of field that I like with the photos that I shoot. And then sometimes it depends on how I'm feeling. Like I wonder if it's still on there. Now I'm confused. Hold on a second.
Oh, we got a confused.
We got him thinking. I love it.
We got a confused guess, Steve. What have you done?
All right, let me pull up my website quick. Because then there's some photos, like there's one specific photo that I'm thinking of that might be on this website, but it might not be. It's definitely deep in my Instagram, but
I've got your Instagram up too.
I'm talking deep, like 2016, 17, like.
Yeah, if I did that, it would look like a slot machine.
Yeah. I'm not seeing this. There's a photo. So there's this photo I took in Myanmar where it was like a key maker on the sidewalk, right? And he's like sitting back behind this sign. And it's like, I think I had like the 2.0 on it, and the focus is on the sign, and homeboy is just just blurry as hell working on keys. And I don't know, there's something about that I loved.
We just lost Adam, so I'm sure he will be back.
And it's fine. He's
here all the time. People already know who he is.
You guys miss Adam yet?
Yeah. Yeah. Start missing Adam in the chat so he feels welcome when he comes back. So, seriously, you're a sound guy, but you are a photographer, my friend. You've got some just amazing work.
I like to refer to myself as a hobby photographer.
Well, and a lot of us are hobby photographers, which is, let me switch these really quick here. There we go. That'll be better. Well, Adam just dropped again.
Oh, his internet's doing so well today.
Yeah, it's all right. A lot of people are hobbyist photographers. On my podcast, I have some of the most amazing photographers, and some of them arguably are, prosumers, right? They're not average. They're way better than average, but they are, amateurs. But I'm curious when you take the shot, because this is always one of my favorite things to do, is look at my shots, like especially during COVID. I don't know about you. I've been going back and editing some shots. Like I go into Lightroom and go, oh my God, this was still the Process Engine 3. And we're on Process Engine 5, right? So I go, all right, let's just hit it to Process Engine 5 and see what changes happen. And when I do that, then it kind of, sometimes it changes, sometimes it doesn't, and I re-dive in. Forgetting the edit part, just thinking about the shoot, is there anything in this you would have done differently now? When was this shot?
October 2016.
Okay, so it's been 4 years.
Yeah.
What would Spud do different now?
With this, maybe nothing, but there's like a collection of photos from probably shortly just after this. And by just after, I mean like 20, 30 minutes that you won't really find anywhere. That's like us playing on rocks in the water. Just before it starts to rain, that like those I would have tried to, I would have tried to compose differently, and I would have definitely tried to expose a lot differently. But there's like these ones, this I love. Like this has been one of my favorite shots. And there's another one that might, of course I just shut it down. There's another one that's in, if you go onto my website, I think it's in the, hold on.
I will pull it up right now.
It's not actually in the like the folder with the word Spud. Oh no, it is this one. Okay, so never mind. There's a second photo that's kind of like this with a bunch of pine trees in the front that I thought was in this print section, but it's actually the photo that I submitted.
Okay. I mean, I'm just looking like this one right here, which I have on the stream. May take a second for you to see it. But this is, there's something about the greens in this shot. It's like a path and a bunch of trees kind of leaning into the path. The distortion is perfect.
Oh, that's Japan. Those are bamboo trees. That's
dude,
man, and I think that's a really that might be the 14 millimeter that I have.
Adam is texting me, so let me see what he said because his internet dropped out. He said, just keep
swimming.
He said, just keep doing you. So let's do this. We'll do the edit once Adam gets back in because he'll get back in.
Yeah, and let's be serious. The edit portion of this is probably the least entertaining part for me because I'm never really comfortable with how I edit. And I also I know this is going to sound ridiculous, but I also take my photos. There's a handful of presets I'll drop on them before I tweak the shit out of them. So it's a weird thing for me because I don't start from scratch. If that makes sense.
I'm anxious to see this now. What do you mean by you don't start from scratch? And really quick, let me just say, we can do some Q&A now. So if you guys have questions for Spud, drop them in the chat. We'll hit him with those right now while we're waiting for Adam to come back. So what do you mean by you don't start from scratch? I'm assuming you mean you use presets.
I do to a certain extent, right? I don't put it on and call it a day, ever. And
that's good.
No. And it's
I mean, let's be honest, though. We should say, there are those times you click a preset and go, damn.
What did I just do?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I've had that a handful of times. And it's sometimes when it's exposed good enough that if
right.
I know which one I want, then that's good. But I don't know. I was digging through this, looking at the edit, and I was like, I don't even remember how I edited this because it is so old now that I don't remember if I used what I was before. And I think at that time using these weird free presets I found online that I just fucked with hard every
right.
time. But I don't know. I don't even remember where or how that started. But hey, whatever.
What's your average edit time on a shot? I mean, are you the type that sits down, no names being mentioned, that an hour later you're going like this? I'm almost there. Absolutely. Or are you hey, I've spent 5 minutes on this photo, it's done?
10 minutes. Maybe.
Okay. It's about me.
Sometimes I'll drive myself insane and start over a lot, but not terribly frequently.
I got to keep an eye on Adam here, so hold on one second.
I think he needs to keep an eye on us.
Well, and then there's that, yeah. Let me pull him where he's off screen text-wise. And what did he say? Can I send him an invite? Yes, I can. Hold on 2 seconds here. Let me just pull him up. There we go. We'll get that man back in. So, questions that a couple people have put in the chat. First of all, from Connor, Captain Lasagna. What are some valuable life lessons? And he's coming back in now, so hopefully we got Adam solid now. What are some valuable life lessons? We've missed you, by the way.
That was so funny. I'm sitting here watching it. I'm Steve, I was about to leave it in chat. I was like, Steve, check your text messages.
I know. And I looked down and went, oh, yeah, because I always keep it closed so it doesn't accidentally show up in a screen share.
I was like, I have to go to the own Twitch chat and tell Steve to invite. It's so funny. I'm sorry about that internet. It seems to
No
be
worries, man.
great now. I apologize.
So first question was from Connor. What are some valuable life lessons you've learned from traveling and doing photography? And what I'm doing, Adam, is I'm just doing the questions while we were waiting.
Okay, sweet. Good call.
Patience.
Oh, good one.
Because nothing, like, especially it's more a travel thing, but like nothing always goes the way you want it to go.
Yeah,
and like
that's a good one.
When it's different when it's work, but like when I'm traveling by myself and like, riding buses and trains and trying to see whatever in China or wherever, it's like some days you have 40 hours of travel. You gotta learn to be patient and just kind of take things as they come.
He had a follow-up question. What's the one moment traveling that really affected you as a person?
We're assuming he's human.
I got food poisoning in India.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it wasn't good. And I was...
No, it wasn't good.
I was wrecked for 2 weeks. Like,
wow.
I still kept moving and trying to like do as much as I could, but
thanks for bringing up that memory, Connor.
Oh, it's good, but like it taught me to be cautious about what I eat,
right?
A little bit, and
be aware of where you are. Yeah.
Did you eat the beef?
What I would consider it.
Christian says, "What inspires you to do landscape?"
That's an
and actually has a tag onto that, and that is, what inspires you to do landscape photos, and when do you know the moment is right to take a photo?
Ooh,
why does this got to be so difficult? Landscape, or like
you don't have to answer him.
No. Landscape was more the evolution of like what I was doing, and it's also kind of like, I don't know. At home, it's more of an extend of the travel stuff, right? Because you don't want to see like pictures of random people on the street in Portland. They just don't. To me, they're not as appealing.
Right.
But going to Multnomah Falls in the fall when the colors are great and it's things are good, like that's cool. So that was like, I think the landscape part started when I moved to Oregon and could actually like, the landscape was better than the Midwest.
Yeah, okay, I get that.
Did you see? Can I hit the question? Oh wait, if he's not finished, go.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to do one more question because Nessie had this one in here, and I this is always to me such a great question, especially again your portfolio, man.
It's not just one more.
Pretty amazing. Nessie wants to know, what is some good advice you would give photographers starting off?
In this day and age, don't worry about your gear. I've noticed that my phone.
Thank you.
My phone takes just as good photos sometimes as.
Better.
I wouldn't necessarily say better, but just as good of photos as either of the, well, maybe not the Leica, but the Canon.
It's getting close.
Depending on what you're shooting, yeah.
100%.
I mean, if the light is right, nowadays your iPhone or a Pixel 4 or 5, if the light is right, it's pretty amazing what can be done.
They do CPU photography where they take like hundreds of photos and combine them together in 1 minute, which our other cameras can't do yet, which is
right.
1 second, excuse me, which is crazy.
What?
Yeah. So when you take a photo with your iPhone, it's actually multiple photos. It's tons of photos all at once.
It's computational photography. They take 9 shots. They analyze for sharpness and for light.
Yeah, for ghosting, for all these things.
In real time.
Yeah.
Now, but imagine this. Imagine if you could put that into the processor of a Leica or a Canon.
They should be. It's just, why do you think they're not, Steve?
Oh, well, that's a story for another day. There's a lot of it's the same reason that the R5 overheats because they want you to buy a cinema camera. I mean, there's marketing and product levels involved.
What's it gonna say? Wait, did you see Odin's question? Did you ask that before I got here or no?
I have not. Go for it.
I was gonna say, what's the one thing other than your camera gear that you wouldn't travel without?
Shorts.
Shorts.
I know it sounds ridiculous, but I was gonna say shorts or flip flops, but it's always like you never know when you're gonna get in the water, right?
Yes.
And it's always nice to have a pair of shorts with you.
Okay, well that leads us to our next question. Do you wear shower shoes or no shower
Sven?
shoes?
Do Sven first.
Oh wait, I take it back. Don't answer that yet. You can think about it.
Because this one I've got to know.
Yeah. Do you have any tips for music photography, not as a photog, but as part of the crew?
Stay the hell out of your way.
Like, I mean, that's the only thing that comes to mind, and I can't count the number of times where I've actually Adam has been in front of me and turned around and like given me the "Is this okay?" look.
Oh, I thought I was about to get in trouble on stream.
Like,
Yeah.
You're one of the most courteous like photographers I think I've ever worked with because you're aware of
Thank
everything
you.
around you.
Yeah, it's not that he didn't walk in front of you. He did, but he was smart enough. But no, I mean that seriously. But he was smart enough to be aware, hey, am I okay here? If I'm not, let me know and I'll move.
Because he's got to like look at all the band members. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like
No when they're angry.
so think about this, right? Like with Panic, there's 10 people on stage.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of people.
And there's fire.
Lots of
I
fun.
don't.
So yeah, I just think, but there's nothing else other than just be aware and be courteous that the crew members have a job to do,
Don't be a
and
dick.
quite often have a physical path or a eyesight path they have to maintain open.
Yeah, and I mean, like he just said, also don't be a dick.
Right.
But that goes for fucking everyday life,
Yeah.
One would hope.
not just tour.
I don't know how
All
you're
right, Adam,
living.
what's the
but that
question?
Yo, do you wear shower shoes or not? What's up? Let's hear it.
Hold on, wait. I have an answer, but I want to know: do you wear shower shoes?
No.
Yes. I'm with you 100%.
Yes, let's go. Yeah, I don't. I've worn them like once, and it was maybe because it was like too spiky. Do you know what I mean? Like that's it.
I've showered in some of the most nasty showers in hostels, and I've never worn shower shoes.
There we go. I'm telling everybody else.
Freaking out, man. I'm freaking out.
Yeah, I backed it. All right, let's pull up the photo. I backed that heavy. I'm so happy. Yeah, dude, I don't know.
All right, you ready to do some editing?
Let's see what we can do.
Yeah, just share your screen with Steve.
Hold on a
And
second.
then,
All right.
hey, we reached 10,000 views on the Twitch channel. That's kind of cool.
Nice.
All right,
That's almost 11,000.
You seeing this?
I'm seeing that.
Yeah, it's up. Well, before you edit, now that we've got the photo up here, what do you think about, like, I mean, not everybody can get a perfect cropped image like this straight out of camera, but like when you have this photo in front of you before you edit it, or do you want to show us the other photos you took before and after? I don't know if you want to.
Actually, before you do, can you shrink that panel at the top just so that more of it comes across the screen? Yeah, just
right?
click that triangle right above library.
That one?
Right above the word library, there's a little upside down triangle. Click that,
Yeah. Hold on.
and it should go away.
Well,
There you go.
is it gone now?
Yeah,
Yep,
you're good.
Okay. So first, Steve, this is the photo I was just talking about. The one that I thought I was going to show you.
Oh, okay. Interesting. See, I do like that angle.
But it's not.
Oh,
It
you
like,
thought that was the one we were going to edit and we put a different one up?
No.
Oh.
There was a whole conversation you missed because you're
Yeah, you were gone, man.
as terrible as you are.
Yeah, it's a fly. I got it and I let it go in my face.
Watching your camera as you were trying to get that fly was hilarious.
I got it. And then it lived.
Yeah, I like the other one better because this one, the cloud in the water doesn't work for me.
It didn't like it.
That's nice though. That right there is inviting. That makes me want to hike down there.
And it's like then like so in the kind of same general vicinity, right? This is also part of why I think that it wasn't landscape because with the lens I had, it cut off the top of the.
Yeah, not only that, but now that I'm seeing it, there's so much of that dead wood sticking up.
Mm-hmm.
it almost becomes overpowering. And doing it this way, you were able to control just that basic one dead tree in the center.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
where are these
I
now?
like that.
This is what I was talking about with like the stuff playing on the end. With like,
Oh, cool. Who are you with?
Oh, dude.
this is my buddy Brian, but like this is, that cloud moved over that mountain and it started to dump rain on us.
That's rude.
It happens.
Did you have a pair of shorts?
Then no, I had a rain jacket though.
Oh, that's good. That's even better.
Yeah, it is what it is. All right, so
Yeah, before you edit it, what do you think about? Like, do you play? Do you like? I don't know. Some people play with exposure or craps or like mess around with it to make sure it's the image they want. Do you know what I mean?
no, like we were just saying, I tend to do a lot of like this
Click around on filters.
and then tweak from there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are those your presets or you got them somewhere?
They're like a combination of everything. Because there's like I have these stupid ones that were supposed to be like Kodachrome because I may have paid for them just to see what they look like. And then everything
I
else.
allegedly paid for them.
No, I definitely paid for them.
You know what I realized, Adam, speaking of presets, because we both know, Aaron Nace of Flurn.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize when you're a Flurn member, he has a ton of downloadable presets that are awesome.
Oh, there we go. Hashtag ad sponsored. Let's go. Mr. Nace. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you just basically click around and then find one that matches the photo. But how do you determine what matches the photo? It's just what speaks to your brain and your heart?
Not even so. Like then is when I actually like kind of poke around and
Yeah. Just mess around with it.
I mean, there's absolutely no method to my madness because
Interesting, you bring your shadows way up too.
on that sometimes like I said, it's all a matter of kind of like a weird feel for me. But I also like before this was something like this, like, and I don't really care to saturate the hell out of stuff anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And
But-
you do like me, your vibrance is 20, and that's about the number I love. Did you do a custom white
Oh,
balance?
you guys
or
are
did you
20
leave it as
vibrance
in-camera?
kind of guys. Sorry, what did you say, Steve?
No, I normally I leave it as auto white balance in the camera.
Okay.
But yeah, like even this is starting to look
What's HC stand for
HC.
in your presets?
High contrast.
Ooh, yeah. Maybe it was like hardcore.
No, nothing I do is hardcore anymore. I have so this is another I don't know why, but this is literally something I've done since forever. Is like I don't know what about it is, but that every photo of mine is sharpened the exact same way.
Which I will admit, most editors will tell you, every photo needs its own tweaking. My numbers, there are times I change it depending on the photo, but 99% of the time, I'm 70 on amount, 1.3 on radius, between 25 and 45 on detail, and my masking is 80.
You guys are like the same.
I mean,
You'd pick the same numbers.
we're old. It is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Your guys aren't old.
I remember when I used to use a radius of 1.2.
Get Lightroom from the Best Buy.
Did you guys just say the same thing?
Did we?
Did you guys just both just say radius 1.2 or did my computer glitch out?
You glitched. It was me.
That was just him.
Oh, I thought Spud was saying it too, and you guys were saying it in uniform.
No, he said he bought Lightroom at the Best Buy.
Well, where'd it go? There you are. No.
Did we
Yeah,
just...
See, yeah, your colors are popping. Your clouds look great.
That's cool, Odin.
But then,
Oh, interesting. You go into your colors.
do you not?
Oh, he's
Oh, yeah, I do on occasion. Not as often for reasons of colorblindness, but...
Oh, it's great. It's great for a photographer.
Oh, yeah.
Steve's
It's great
a
for a music photographer because there's
colorblind
strange...
photographer.
I can just blame light.
Yeah, I
Hard
guess.
for landscape though.
No, and like the reason I do things like that is because of what's happening up here, where it's kind
Right.
of.
Yeah,
I-
no, your clouds were blue and you pulled the blue down, yeah.
Yeah. But like everything else looks good. I
Mhm.
wouldn't. I wouldn't even.
Well,
Are good. You know what I mean? Too.
but it also pulled the blue out of the water reflection, which was good.
Yeah. And then that like sometimes I do one of these numbers, but I didn't before on this one, and I wouldn't again.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. When you go to an adjustment brush, what generally are you doing? Are you lightening, darkening, or are you doing dehaze on a brush, or what are you doing?
I'm lightening, darkening, and sometimes like I think in this general vicinity up here, well, that just looks fucking crazy now. I would do a little of this,
Brings out the detail on the mountain, yeah.
but you know, never so insane.
And then tweak it.
Yeah, like it's too. I don't know. That even looks a little crazy. So
So that's an area I have a ton of custom brushes.
yeah,
Do you have any rules that you won't break when you edit stuff? Like, do you have an amount of editing you won't use, or do you know what I
Right.
mean?
no, like I don't really. I like we had talked about before you were here. Like I don't.
When you weren't at your stream, we talked about. I love that Steve.
You were probably shaving your head. I don't like.
I did do that today, just for you.
I don't spend too much time on things. I try not to anyway. Just for the
So following up on Adam's question then, you're editing a
What's the
picture.
thing?
Is there in your head right now a look that you want out of this? And just as importantly, is there a look that if it happened in front of you, you know ahead of time, I don't want this to happen?
I would like to say I'd like it to look as I remember as much as possible,
So you go natural. Okay.
but not necessarily all the time, right? Like this looks, what if I'd stop clicking around like a moron? This looks good, but it's still. I don't think it's. You know what I mean? The colors weren't this vibrant.
It's not unbelievable though. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't look at it and feel like something's off. You just look at it and feel like, wow. And sometimes I think over exaggerating it in the photograph is what it feels like in real life. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Sure. Totally.
I think you do that really well.
I'm trying to think. What did I do? Yeah, I mean, like, so with this, like the way it is now, I feel like it's pretty close to what it was before.
Do you want to give us a little before and after action? There we go.
Oh yeah. See, and what's wonderful is the one on the left is great out of camera, and that processing brought the trees, the mountain detail. Look at the difference in the clouds.
There's still like a little bit happening here in the clouds that I don't think I'm as happy as I normally would be, but
You could grab the targeted adjustment tool, I guess, and pull it down. But
my brain is fried at the moment.
But you could print that.
Yeah,
That would look fantastic on metal paper.
I put it on my wall.
metal paper. That's an interesting thought. I use really with my prints, they're usually matte, which I like. I like that, but metal paper is kind of an interesting thought.
Metallic paper.
What makes you say metal paper, Steve? Why this one over another one?
Metallic paper gives you a vibrance and colors that pop and give almost a 3D type effect to it. So a shot with so much depth like this, you don't generally want to use it on a human, like a face, portrait. But on a shot like this, it would just make it absolutely pop.
Gotcha. Good to know. Yeah, Odin's in chat said that he really likes the greens. I like the greens too.
Yeah.
That's like, and I think the greens like that are very, very Northwest, right? Like this whole area, it's like these deep, dark kind of greens that I'd never really seen before until I came this way. There you go. You want, well, But yeah, that's it. That's my life.
That's great. Well, thank you for
I
sharing.
like your process, man.
Yeah, thank you for teaching everybody and showing us what you do. It's nice just watching. It's like therapeutic to me. Like I watch people stream and play video games, but I think I could just watch somebody edit, even if they didn't talk. Just like I don't know, it's nice.
I like when I first started taking it kind of seriously. Like I used to watch videos of people, critiquing photos and editing photos and this and that, and like I don't know. I kind of just like it made me lose interest in it. Kind of just seeing someone else's process and going, all right, well that looks terrible now.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of drives.
So you don't like watching other people? Is that what you're saying?
Not really.
That's fair.
Do you
Go ahead.
Do you analyze other people's edits?
No.
I mean, when you see a really good landscape shot, do you ever look at it and think, what works on this that's getting me?
Not really. Like, I guess I think about it as it's someone else's art, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really like
subjective.
Yeah, and like there are landscape photographers who and for lack of a better term are very dad, as the internet likes to call them these days. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Very like here I go naming another photographer, but very Peter Link, whatever.
Oh yeah, Peter Lick.
Yeah, there you go.
They're just very classic, and there's not a lot of their self in there. They're just kind of fulfilling a formula. Is that what you mean?
They're making commercial art.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of which,
not that there's anything wrong with that, but
I mean, he sold the most expensive photo ever. Good for him.
Yeah, that dude's crazy. Yo, Bill, by the way, I have it. Never mind. Keep going though. What are you saying?
No, but like sometimes it's just like I don't know. It's your art, right? Sometimes it does. Sometimes it does feel like you see something and you go, "Oh, that's soulless." But who am I to say that? If you like what you've done,
mm-hmm.
that's you. I mean, when it's like when I talk about people like Steve McCurry, those photos just kind of like scream at me anyway, because to me those are classic. To me that's what it's
like untouchable.
Yeah, it's like the only real music photographer who like gets to me in like a sense that like I kind of feel like with Steve McCurry's shit, I feel like when I travel, looking at his photos makes me feel like I'm traveling, right? And like Danny Clinch is the same way with music. Like seeing those Beastie Boys, Rage Against the Machine photos, Pearl Jam photos. Like, first of all, it's music I grew up with. Second of all, it's like looking at these photos makes me feel like I'm like the music makes me feel, and that's kind of in a way, I guess, what I'm looking for in a photo. If that makes sense, like
that makes sense. You want it to evoke a feeling out of you, an emotion, and the people that you're saying you don't enjoy their photography are very much shooting almost mathematically, right? There's a sunset here, there's this color there. That's how it's supposed to be. It's going to sell. It's a product, but it's not like, it's the same reason that, I don't go home and sit down and listen to a top 40 radio artist for fun because, I want to listen to something that I connect with more, I think.
Sure.
Right. And there's a market for both. The beauty of it is there's a market for all of it.
100%.
You just have to be true to your own voice.
But other people are stupid.
Well,
I was just trying to play devil's advocate and be like, yeah, but if it's not my way, then it's the wrong way. But no, I agree with Steve. Like Peter Lick or that, like all these people, it's cool that everybody can kind of do their own thing and it doesn't matter.
Well, and this whole show actually to me is the perfect answer to it. And that is there are people out there whose photographs you may not hang on your wall, but you can look at them. And that's kind of why I asked you the question, do you analyze other people's photos? But you can look at them and appreciate them for what they are.
100%.
And it's still, and you can still learn from understanding the choices that they made.
Absolutely. I'm looking around my place trying to see if I have anybody's photos hanging on my walls that I could show you an example of that I feel like that. The only thing I have is this.
Steve, you want to unshare his screen?
Do you need me to?
What?
Do you need me to do that?
Oh wait, you or Steve?
Yeah, there we go.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Keep going. What are you saying, Spud?
Well, it's like he was saying, like you wouldn't necessarily hang somebody's photo on your wall unless it gives you. But like this is on my desk, right?
What's that?
Simple boxes outside of
Oh yeah.
a convenience store in Japan. My buddy took this.
Oh yeah.
And this photo, I love so much, right? And it's so simple and so ridiculously like. It's nothing to write home about, but it gives me a feeling.
Make you feel some type of way.
It makes me definitely, and what also reminds me of like, Japan's
Traveling.
the greatest place.
That's the thing. It can speak to you.
Yeah.
And what's funny is a lot of times what really speaks to you has no relation visually to what you would shoot that also speaks to you. But it's stuff you would never shoot. You know what I mean? So you can kind of appreciate it because it's like, I would never shoot that, but God, that's awesome.
Yeah. And that's
like this bamboo shot of yours. I still have it on screen because I'm gonna be looking at that all day. That speaks to me in so many ways, and I couldn't shoot that damn thing if I tried.
I think it's also nice, like especially now. I don't know if you guys have purchased any prints from photographers selling stuff during these times, but how you get your photo, who you get it from, what it meant to them, and what it means to you is like it means so much. Like I agree with Spud. Like I have a lot of photos that aren't breathtaking by any means, but they're so special because they're from a friend I've known for 10 years who shot them on. They really love them. And that kind of stuff matters more. Like a place you really enjoy. Yeah.
I mean, this shot right here is just wow. Your placement of the sun, dude. So Adam, should we look at some submissions?
Oh yeah, let's do that. I forgot about that part.
Everybody we've had on, I like their shots, but I got to tell you, Spud, your stuff really just freaking works for me. I dig it.
Are you looking at that Taft Point one again?
It's this one right here with the. Yeah, this is the Yosemite one you said.
Yeah.
Just wow. Digging it.
Just wow.
Okay, so here we go.
All right. Wait, Steve, you're just doing it direct to stream, right?
Yeah, I can do it to.
No,
let me see
fine.
what happens.
I'll go on stream with you.
Because if I do the share, we'll lose the 3 videos.
Yeah, let's just do it. I can see it.
Okay. Let me turn off the text here. Hold on.
We're doing it live today. Yeah, good submissions. We got Steve, just say their name out loud so we know who you're on.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to resize this a little bit just to fill in a little bit more. There we go. Now people can see it better. So this is Board Music a File.
Board Music a File. This is cool. I like that they changed the crop.
Oh, Lisa, what is this? Lisa DeFranco. Look at the details she got out of that mountain in the background.
And I like the kind of turned it into a night sky.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
It works.
Wow, look at the water. She got a reflection on the water. They got a reflection on the water. That's awesome.
Remember, Steve, we're about 10 seconds behind you.
Yeah, okay.
Now I'm seeing Lisa DeFranco. I was like, what's going on?
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Next one up is, I guess it's Merrick W Photos. I've got the stream up too, so I'll know when you see it. This one, the mirror image.
Oh, wow.
Kind of
looks
interesting.
Crazy. I love
You know what
that.
it looks like? It looks like a close-up macro shot of the front of a spider.
That's crazy.
This is a Rorschach test, for God's sake.
This to me looks like the cover of a metal record.
Yeah, this could be a Pink Floyd album.
This to me is like when somebody's like, what are drugs like? I just want to give them this photo.
Yeah.
Hey, what are
nice
drugs?
job, man.
I don't know. I just know from this photo.
Mm-hmm.
I only do earth medicines. All right. Let's move.
So here's somebody that went, this is IMD Studios. And IMD Studios did one that is much more earthy.
Oh.
And this one, it's almost seemingly not as processed, although it is, but this almost gives more like what I think my eye would see if I were there.
It's very much more of a natural,
like the dirt color on the back mountain.
That is cool. I like that. I like how they crop the top too.
I do too. That one actually makes me feel like I'm there.
Yeah, that's really.
Oh, here it is,
like
Nate.
My textbook.
All right, Nate.
You spin me right,
Ladies and gentlemen.
like a
Record baby right round. Yeah. Nate is in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the work of Mr. Nate Hill.
All right. Now that is drugs. That is awesome. He's so good. That's cool.
That is one of artistic freedom is what that is.
Yo, did you know who used your photo to make this?
Yes, of course.
Because you wouldn't if he didn't tell you. But that's how cool. But I do like the tones that your photo created.
The tones at the bottom are so good.
Yeah.
This one is Ken Fu. And when I saw this one, and this is going to date me, but when I saw this one, the first thing I thought of was 2001: A Space Odyssey.
I thought of 1975.
Thank you. I'm with you, Adam.
Steve, you know 1975's like stage performance where they just have those squares?
I never saw any of the live performance, no.
All right, well, this is just a difference in Space Odyssey. I've never seen that, so I need to see that.
There's a big obelisk like this. It's solid. But what I love about this, what Ken Fu did 100% correct, put the reflection in the water and blurred it.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that is cool.
Because that would have been something I missed.
People would have put it in there and forgotten.
It looks
they were
real.
smart enough to reflect it down, put it in the water, blur it, soften it, make it a little transparent. This is Alyssa. And what would you call this? This isn't sepia, but it's not black and white.
I'm waiting for a tip here. Give me the edit. Oh, there we go.
Black and sepia.
Yeah, Bleepia.
This looks like an old black and white film photo now.
It does.
It looks like Ansel
It
Adams.
looks like one of those put the hood over your head.
Yep.
Medium format type film.
Which is great. Like, you know, it's like a lot of that old Ansel Adams stuff is super beautiful.
Let's see. Oh, okay. Somebody went really nuts on color here.
Waiting for it, waiting for it, waiting for it.
Yeah, this one is Sun Tongue for real.
Don't forget to mask the branches.
Sound Guy Gaming said, hey, Spud, good to see you, dude. Always been a huge fan of your photos.
This one, oh, that's Ricky.
Other sound guy.
That's Ricky.
Ricky.
All time low.
What?
Hmm.
Hi, Ricky.
So here's our first real black and white. This is from Christian, actually, who's in the chat. Christian 2900.
That's when he was born.
There's actually 3 different photos, or a couple different photos. It looks like more than 3. There's a black and white. I'll wait for that to get up so you can see the black and white, and then I'll roll through them here.
Black and white.
Then there's a color. And then there's a color number 2, and he changed the crop on each one. And I'm just going to say, for me, I love what he did with the color in number 2. I actually really like the color in number 2. But the black and white, actually, I like.
Oh, yeah, that color's... I love that blue.
On the middle one?
Yeah.
This
I don't know what
one here
happened in the bottom left of the middle one, though. It looks like some editing mistake or something. But other than that, it looks cool.
Yeah, it looks like cloning tracks.
Oh, the left was stretched out.
Oh, that's what it is.
Christian, almost. I like the first and the last more. The middle needs some work. Colors are good, though. Christian's
But I
here
like
every
the
week.
black
We
and
can be
white.
straight with
Really
him.
nice.
Yeah, the one on the far right is
Whoa.
cool.
I went too many. Hold on. This is Bad Badilov. And the description is written in Spanish, so lots of clarity. Lots of structure.
Hey, that's me.
Look at the trees. I actually
Yeah, I saw
like
that
what happened
too.
with the trees.
We're at the same point in the stream, Spud.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a little bit too much clarity for me, but I like seeing
Yeah,
the
it's too
extremes.
much for me too, but
I like seeing the extremes everybody does, and Spud, it's cool because everybody kind of gets a chance to edit and not be taken like, wow, that's your work. They just get to edit to practice, which is cool.
Absolutely, that's great.
So thank you for donating your.
All right, so let me reshrink this down and make this fit.
Was it Taylor Swift?
It's yeah. Somebody tagged you, Taylor Swift.
Hold on.
Spud, Josiah texted me an edit. Did he text you the same edit?
Oh hell yes! You know that's my tush.
Yeah, I figured. He sent me a photo with you're mooning me in it.
There was a picture that my girlfriend sent him.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It was funny too because I sent him a cell phone photo the next day that was not photoshopped of like this dude across the street just standing totally naked in his window where everybody could see him. This old guy. I was like, this guy doesn't give a shit. And I was like, it was so weird. It was kind of scary. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie It Follows, but it reminded me of a scene from that movie. Have you seen that movie?
Never heard of it.
Have not.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm in the minority here then, but anyway.
This is Svenja.
Oh yeah, they're in chat. You call them a different word in chat, but yeah.
Who's Svenja in chat? Let us know. I dig
their name
this.
is spelled the same way.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I dig this. This is the most creative crop on this shot that I saw the whole week.
It's so beautiful.
The detail out of the top of the mountain ridge.
Yeah,
just really dig that.
It's hard when you see a photo like Spud's to get rid of so much stuff that's awesome. But nobody who looks at this knows that was there. So it's really cool image. Like very beautiful. I like it a lot. I would almost crop it down a little bit more, but then again, they're the mastermind here. I like it.
This one is Brooke.
What up, Brooke? Brooke probably edited like 4,000 times knowing Brooke.
Oh yeah.
Brooke like literally dishes out edits hourly. They're like, all right, here's another one. Here's another one. But they're good.
Yeah, this one that's on now is really good.
Yeah, that's Brooks. Oh, here we go. This is Meg. So Meg has 2 shots. And it's actually Fading Cliff XRD on Twitter. And so brought some detail back in the clouds. Really amped up the reflection in the water, which I actually do like the water reflection. But then there's this.
And then there's this. I'm waiting for it. Are you waiting for it, Spud?
Yeah, it'll come up in a second. It should be there about right now.
Waiting for it.
I'm gonna do this so I can. Yes, Steve, are you sure you hit the air? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, because I've got the stream up in front of me, so I'm watching when it hits my stream. What's weird is I'm getting it faster, but
it's like your photo is the genie and now it's in the lamp. You know what I mean? That's how I imagine the genie being in the lamp. Itty bitty living space.
Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy stuff. Let me see. There was one down here I really wanted to get to.
That is pretty crazy.
Here is, let's see. This one is Robbie Clark.
Oh, my Texas friend.
Robbie actually said, pardon me for being a bit late to post this when I finally got around to editing it.
2 hours ago.
Robbie, let me just tell you up front, there is no too late. You can, when we're done with this stream, you can still go download the past ones and edit them if you want to.
Robbie went for a tilted horizon, I think.
Yeah, I kind of wish I could ask Robbie what made them decide to Dutch angle it.
I don't know. I love that you call it a Dutch angle because I've never heard or used that term prior to knowing you.
Really? Yeah, Dutch angle is where you take a photo or any piece of art and you angle it like that. Usually used to add energy or tension. Here you go. So this one is Odin, who's in the room. And of course, imaging Odin is going to go next level on this. And we have another Rorschach test.
Is that how you say it, Rorschach? My favorite. Have you seen the movie Watchmen? You know how there's
no,
a character...
I need to. Oh, look.
Yo, have you seen the movie Watchmen, Spud?
In a while, but yeah, Rorschach.
Rorschach, there's a scene when he's in the cafeteria in prison. He's like, I'm not stuck in here with you guys. You guys are stuck in here with me. And it's the best line of the whole movie, I think. Anyway.
I need to see Watchmen.
It's good.
It's good, right?
Very good movie.
Okay. I just did see Bill and Ted 3, though. Or whatever it was. Bill and Ted Face the Music.
I need to watch
Let's
that.
see here.
I saw Tosin's in
Oh,
it.
here's another one. This is another one. Same kind of an idea. This is also Odin. And
We're
Odin,
waiting.
I don't know that I've ever seen anybody amplify lighting on a mountain ridge like this and have it look natural.
No, that was cool.
Yeah.
That looks like the sun
They
breaking
added
through
in
the
clouds,
clouds
too. They added clouds
and hitting
too.
that rock.
Yo, Spud, we had like a editing challenge, and Odin came on and battled the guy Nate Hill, the guy who did the crazy one, and they were both really good in their own ways. It was fun. It was like a duel on stream.
Oh wow.
Yeah, editing battle.
That was a good one.
We gotta do more of those.
And then this one is from Eva, who's in the chat.
Yes.
And Eva decided to go with the burnt negative look.
I love all these. Oh yeah.
Amped colors, edges that are burned. This is the burnt filmed look. It's a film style. Light leaks.
It looks like chemicals.
Yeah, chemicals, like a chemical burn overlay.
I love that.
But that's what this image does. This image could be almost anything.
Mm-hmm.
You
God,
created a
people
real
are so
shapeshifter
creative.
there. You created a real shapeshifter there, my friend Spud.
I am really doing things
You're
wrong because these
changeling.
people are just next level.
It's okay, Steve. We're learning from them every week.
Look at this one.
We're gonna. Captain
This
Planet
is
their
Shirley
powers.
Jane. I think Shirley Jane did a bunch or did more than one. Tried to go for two opposites with this one, but I don't really know how to properly edit
Wow,
landscape
there's some
photos,
really good ones in there.
even when they're as gorgeous as this one. And here's the thing, Shirley Jane, you edit it to whatever you want, and you learn, and you look at everybody else.
Yeah,
Oh.
I would say good job, but figure out your edge there at the top. Make it so it blends in. Don't have it little like rim there, like it looks like a halo. This
Well,
is
and
more
then they did
seamless.
this second version too.
All right, I'll see a second version.
Very nice. I love that people are stretching
Wow,
themselves.
that's bright. Yeah, Steve, why don't we get one more here and we'll finish
All right.
her off.
Let me see what this one is. So this one is Ivan Badillo.
Ivan, barely even know him.
And Ivan went for storm clouds.
A for effort. Come on, man.
Yeah, A for effort.
I left that one alone. Spud took that one.
Yeah, he made a head nod at me. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, I like when people brought in the clouds up top. That's good.
Nice. Very nice.
Very nice, everybody. Thank you. Spud, did you see anything you didn't see originally in your image after all these edits, or like anything that stood out to you, like just overall statement after seeing edits?
They're like all the edits are awesome. It's crazy to see different people do different things to a photo you've seen so many times. But I tried my best. We were on a road trip this week, but I tried my best to look at literally everything I was tagged in.
Oh, cool. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah.
They're nice people, so if you talk to them, they usually talk back. It's cool.
Oh, hi everyone.
Yeah. Hi. Oh, hi, everyone. Reminded me of Dr. Nick.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, that was you guys. Thank you so much, Spud, for coming on this week.
Of course.
It was awesome.
I enjoyed it.
And I just have to say before we leave here, I don't know if we're gonna stream it all during this week because I have to leave on Monday for work and I'm not back till Friday.
Wait, you're working?
Spud, I'm photographing a wedding that's 5 people other than me.
Doesn't matter. You're working, and that makes me jealous.
I know. Hey, I gotta do a one shoot with a band like 2 weeks ago. I was pretty stoked.
Good for you.
I know. So yeah, I'm.
Where are you going to do the wedding?
Good old Florida.
Yikes.
I'm getting tested after I go because I have to go to another wedding the next weekend too. So it's gonna be a disaster. Another like 10-person wedding. Everybody's having small weddings.
Yeah, we're going to be traveling for 2 weeks up the coast here in California and looking forward to it.
Oh hell yeah, that's gonna be awesome. Enjoy it, Steve. Are we gonna miss you on stream then, Steve? Soon.
We're not leaving till the 27th, and then we're back on the 10th.
We'll figure it out when it comes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. Have a good one. Steve, you've got to end the stream, but we'll see you guys next Sunday. I'm back in time.
Everybody, thank you. And to our guest, Spud, thank you so much, man, for giving the raw for people to edit and for being so open to watching what people do with your work.
Yeah, and sorry about all the technical stuff at the beginning, but you guys pulled through, and thanks for hanging out with us through this.
All right. Peace out, everybody. We'll see you soon.